Joe Biden campaign volunteers are quitting in droves. Take a look at this.
Because of what's going on?
A group of staffers working on President Joe Biden's re-election campaign warned the president that his volunteers are quitting in droves over his handling of Israel's military response in the Gaza Strip. Biden has faced immense pressure from members of his own party over the U.S. policies in light of the surprise Hamas attack on October 7th. You know, look, we have a lot of people come on the show who are Jewish. That may be surprising to for many people who watch to know.
Well, other people think it's too many people who are Jewish.
Well, we have.
You get criticized both ways.
I think we have 10 times the national average of Jewish people, of guests who are Jewish. So, someone did a thing. It was like it was 21% of our guests are Jewish or something, and I'm like, yeah, it's probably because they're Abrahamic conservatives. I don't know, whatever, and they're prominent social media personalities or whatever. But I literally don't care. However, we talk to a lot of these people, and it's really fascinating to hear what they'll say behind the scenes about their family members. They'll say on the show, a lot of progressive Jewish individuals are waking up to what the left is and what Democrats are doing because of the attack on Israel. Behind the scenes, they'll say the same thing, but be a bit more specific because they don't want to put their families at risk. I can respect that. And they'll say, like, I got an aunt, she's liberal, and she came freaking out, like, what's going on? And I'm like, I told you. I'm just imagining all of the Hanukkah dinners where you had these liberal Jewish people meeting with their conservative relatives, and the conservatives are like, we told you this was going on, and you didn't believe us, and now they do. And now you take a look what's going on with Joe Biden's campaign. This split is insane. Joe Biden is losing staff members because he won't support Hamas.
But who are they? They're not staff members. I mean, they might be paid, but they're saying volunteers, which probably
volunteers.
Which is probably people who are volunteering in their early 20s, mid 20s, maybe up until early 30s, and that group of progressive liberal people tend to be very anti-Israel.
Not even liberal, leftists.
Leftists
yes,
is a good word.
Leftists.
And so it's interesting because it's actually a huge age divide. That's what I think the Democratic Party is starting to realize, that the older members, basically the boomer Democrats, have a very different position on this international issue than their younger cohorts.
That's why
instead of it being like, yes, come take this position, volunteer.
A third batch may have just dropped right now within the past few minutes.
That's why you see such an outsized influence of that discussion on social media now. Why, when you look at comment sections on Instagram, it's all Free Palestine
and TikTok, right? This is what we heard reported over and over again, that the mainstream media might be presenting a more pro-Israel presentation, but TikTok was predominantly pro-Palestine.
Those Gen Zers do love Osama bin Laden.
But it was actually the media
that on 2023.
But it was actually the media that blew that up, that story, because like it was only like a few people who had. It was like TikTok. It was like only like few million. And then the media talked about it, and next thing you know, it blew up to like billions of views.
Yeah, it's I mean, a few million is still a lot to me.
Yeah, I know.
To me,
but compared to TikTok views, that's like nothing.
Like right now, you're seeing a live feed. We've had however many decades of colleges that have told you that the place that you were born from is evil, and that your ancestry is evil, and all of those things that your progressive and leftist professors have indoctrinated into the previous generations is finally coming to pass as the new generation hits all of these problems in society right now. There's no love of old Americana or what this country used to be. There's no sense of identity here anymore. And all they're left with is a deep burning hatred for this country.
Yeah.
And a lot of its allies.
It's not surprising that Joe Biden is losing his young volunteers. And I'm presuming they're young. I haven't read all of this.
I guarantee you they're on the younger side.
The same way that Harvard is losing its older billionaire donors who are saying the things that you're teaching the students, the positions the students are taking are incongruous with my views, and I no longer want to support you financially. The thing that young people have to offer any sort of influential campaign is their time and their energy. It's not the billionaire donor that's out knocking on doors, although they contribute in a different way. Their financial contribution means a lot to Harvard, but political campaigns need the young people.